And this is what it looks like when freedom goes to the death chamber.
3, 2, 1.
What's going on, y'all? I would love to be joyful and happy and worry about doing pretty edits and things on this video, but I'm not. We got to talk about something that is not new. Maybe you have or have not heard about it, but this House Bill 1240 in Washington State is horrible. And I'm not an individual that likes to, throw dog whistles and, those secret coded words to get people all riled up. But this is bad. Like, there's no way to hide it. So, if you don't know, coming soon to a Washington state near you, they are implementing some gun control that is supposed to be focused on assault weapons. That is pretty bad. So, not to waste your time, I'm going to go through it. This is going to be coming to Washington unless something miraculous happens. And I wish I could say that it is, but man, I got to be honest with you, it doesn't look good for Washington State. Thus, it doesn't look good for the rest of the country, because what affects one affects all. So I'm going to read section 1, starting at line 12 on this, just to give you guys an idea of kind of where the governor and the AG in Washington State are actually sitting in their mindset. The legislature finds and declares that gun violence is a threat to the public health and safety of Washingtonians. Assault weapons are civilian versions of weapons created for the military and are designed to kill humans quickly and efficiently. For this reason, the legislature finds that assault weapons are like M16 rifles, and they use quotes, and thus are weapons most useful in military service. They use quotes again. Assault weapons have been used in the deadliest mass shootings in the last decade. An assailant with an assault weapon can hurt and kill twice the number of people than an assailant with a handgun or non-assault rifle. Virginia Tech. This is because the additional features of an assault weapon are not merely cosmetic. Rather, these are features that allow shooters to fire large numbers of rounds quickly. An analysis of mass shootings that result in 4 or more deaths found that 85% of those fatalities were caused by an assault weapon. The legislator also finds that this regulation is likely to have an impact on the number of mass shootings committed in Washington. Studies have shown that during the period the federal assault weapons ban was in effect, mass shooting fatalities were 70% less likely to occur. I'm not even going to read the rest of that. Look, man, first of all, just to give y'all a little sum up there, 85% of people involved in mass shootings are definitely not shot with assault weapons. Let's get into why this is bad. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to read the entire bill. Now, this one's only 14 pages long, but I want to give you guys the synopsis of it. So let's talk about what they are banning. Okay, so what they are saying is any of the following specific firearms, regardless of which company produced and manufactured the firearm, after they define assault weapons. I'm going to roll some of this up on your screen here. I'm not going to read all this, but it says AK-74 in all forms, AK-47 in all forms. We have AR-15, M16, or M4 in all forms, AR-180 type semi-automatic. Let's see, the Barrett 50 cal is on here. The light semi-automatic, the Barrett 50 cal M87, the Barrett Rec 7. I mean, they got Barrett, so I guess Barrett will not be selling any guns to law enforcement in Washington State if they continue on their current trend. Let's see here. You got a lot more up here. You can read the screen. HK has been hit a lot. And you got to remember, it's anything like it too. So that means all HK clones. So your Zeniths and everybody else who's making HK clones, this is a problem. Don't just think about the guns. One that did shock me when we got down to Springfield Armory was the M1A. This thing. All right. So the M1A is now an assault weapon, although it doesn't look anything like what these individuals that like to deprive people of freedom and liberty are calling an assault weapon, even though they're using the term all wrong. Doesn't look anything like it, but they did say, hey, it doesn't matter cosmetically. And I guess now the M1A is a dangerous gun that's going to hurt people. So I don't know. Let's continue. Man, a semi-automatic rifle that has an overall length of less than 30 inches. So yeah, your rifle now needs to be 30 inches in length, and overall length. And here's where it gets interesting. We are on page 5 of conversion kit part or combination of parts from which an assault weapon can be assembled or from which a firearm can be converted into an assault weapon if those parts are in possession or under the control of the same person. Or a semi-automatic centerfire rifle has the capacity to accept a detachable magazine and has one or more of the following: a grip that is independent or detached from the stock that protrudes conspicuously beneath the action of the weapon. That is interesting how they worded that. The addition of a fin attaching to the grip, the addition of a fin attaching the grip to the stock does not exempt the grip if it is otherwise resembles the grip found on a pistol. So I believe what they're talking about, and I don't have one, it's like that California compliant stock. I think you see it in New York as well. It's got a weird little doohickey going from like here to here, right? So I guess that's what they're referencing. So you can't have the grip independent, right? The grip can no longer be on your firearm and independent because it's under the fire control group. So this configuration, per what I'm reading, is illegal just because of this. I'm gonna read just a little bit more, and then I'm gonna close this out. And I will link this entire bill in the video for you can read it. But there was something else in here that I want to point out. They mentioned bump stocks, thumbhole stock, folding or telescoping stock, forward pistol vertical angled or other grip designed for use by the non-firing hand to improve control. So let's okay. Muzzle brake, recoil compensator, or any item designed to be affixed to the barrel to reduce recoil or muzzle rise. So now this is illegal. This is illegal. Can't have this. So now this is illegal. So let me get this right. You want people who are still, by the way, if they're going to commit crimes with a rifle in Washington State or anywhere else, they're going to do it. But now you want them to have less control of their guns, right? So we went from hopefully getting a Hearing Protection Act, what a pipe dream that was, to now all of a sudden, my Microtech K9 is illegal. I can't have this in the state. So forget paying the government $200. Now I just can't have it. Now I just can't own it. Okay. Said muzzle devices, right? So that means that I can't have on my ASR, I have an ASR blast shield, right? So when I'm not using a can on it. So now you are telling me this is illegal. A blast shield is illegal. That is stopping crime how? Oh, they also went on to talk about threaded barrels. So even in your handguns. So now threaded barrels are going to be a no-no. Okay? Threaded barrels. Because if you have a threaded barrel, you might be able to put the thingy on the thingy. And they don't want you putting the thingy on the thingy to go out and do bad thingies to people. Because if you can't have the right muzzle device, why in the world would you go shoot people? Every criminal know. Every criminal know, man. If you gonna go do a crime, you gotta make sure you got that gun oil, grease, you got the right fire control group, and damn it, you better make sure you time that muzzle device. Every criminal know that. So, you know, I guess they think they're doing the right thing. Hey, here it is. Washington, I'm sorry. I'm not going to start hitting you with this is the consequence of voting certain ways, because I'm not assuming that you guys didn't try to fight this. I know Aero Precision has tried to do a lot of different fighting up there. I know there have been a lot of other good individuals up there in that state, from companies to organizations trying to fight back against Washington for a while. So I know there are good people up there trying to do good works, and yet this still happened to you. For that, I am sorry. For our country, I am sorry, because it makes no sense, and they are not helping anybody, and they know it. It's something to make them feel good. It's something to make the people that support them feel good. But unfortunately, this is pretty bad for Washingtonians. I can't hit you with the pack up and move. Everybody's not in that situation. You got businesses, you got family, kids got school, lineage, property, investments. It's not that easy. We have to make sure that we realize those type of things. So the best thing I can say for you is get ready to sue, get ready to fight back. Definitely look forward to changing over that government. That governor should not be there. The AG needs to go. You guys need to really focus and hone in on how you get your state back. People are going to ask questions about things being grandfathered. From what I read, man, from what I understand, if you have it, it's grandfathered in. There was even one part that says if you leave the state with a large capacity magazine, you can actually return to the state as long as it's that same magazine. How they're going to prove that, I don't know. Does that mean you're going to have to start serializing your high capacity magazines? Who knows what crap they're going to come up with. But it looks like that things are going to be grandfathered in, but then you get into some tricky language in the bill about like your rifle having to be over 30 inches in order to be in the state. Well, what if you can't have an SBR. So even if you like have a pistol with SB tactical brace on it, and you were going to go ahead, and I would disagree with you, but you were going to go ahead and say, hey, you know what? I'm avoiding the problems. I'm going to go ahead and get a tax stamp on this thing. Okay, cool. You do that. But now, if it's less than 30 inches in total length and it can't be in the state, you can't have an SBR. So, it's pretty bad, man. There are going to be attorneys way smarter than me. They're going to tell us what the next steps are. So I'm going to be waiting to hear what those next steps are, just like you would. But here's what I would say. This guy and this person and a couple of these people need to go. You guys got a clean house up there. Do it through the voting process. Do it right. I'm not calling for violence or anything like that, but you need to get them out of office and get some people in there with some decency and some sense who aren't writing laws because they make them feel good. Sorry this happened to you, but it's pretty bad. So I don't even feel good doing my sign off on this, man, but I'm going to let you guys go. Look, head over to northernchoice.com. Unfortunately, there's even some stuff over there that now, if you're in Washington, I can't ship to you, but head over to northernchoice.com. I think what we will do is I'm going to probably come up with a sale where we can send some proceeds up there to an organization and maybe try to help out in a small way. But go grab some swag from northernchoice.com, man. You know what? I don't even feel like doing a good sign off. You know, fight gun control. How about that? Do that. Everybody figure out a way today to do even more than you're already doing to fight gun control. I can't do a good sign off on this. This is some bullshit.